Hi everyone, Sarah Picaro. This video today is just going to add some more meat and backstory understanding of a post that was recently taken out of context. And that post was, "You're miserable inside. No wonder you accept the company of narcissist." There were some comments on there that it came across as victim blaming and saying that people deserved that. So the big difference between believing that you deserve to be treated that way. And I always say that I wouldn't wish my narcissist on my narcissist. And there are other videos that I share that say, don't use that word "my" because it's ownership. So I wouldn't wish the narcissist on the narcissist. Using that word "the" is very powerful in your language because it creates that disconnection and that separation. And that is so important, especially in your journey to healing, is creating that safe space, creating that disconnection, and disconnecting things that are connected and reconnecting to things that you feel disconnected from now. So there's a lot of that. All of that happens internally, unconsciously. It happens within your inner mind and your unconscious mind. But the post said you're miserable inside, which you are when you are with a narcissist. And then it went on to say, no wonder you accept the company of narcissists. Many people took it many different directions. So today's video is going to be to go into greater detail and depth into understanding what that truly means, because there can be a lot of difficulty with acceptance, but that is the beginning. I have other videos that say it's the first letter of the alphabet is A. Acceptance, awareness, acknowledgement. Those are all words that begin with A, and that's the beginning of your transformation. That's the beginning of your healing journey. And there's a lot of difficulty in taking that first step and having the awareness and having the acceptance and making that next move out of the victim stage and out of the denial stage to the self-awareness stage, because there has to be a level of awareness of your own misery. Because when you're miserable, misery does love company, and misery does accept company with other people who were miserable. And there's a lot of difficulty oftentimes with acceptance, because acceptance has a very false and untrue belief that says, if I accept this, it means I deserve this. And that post was completely taken out of context and taken many other directions and taken down the road of, I deserved this. Nobody deserves to be abused by a narcissist. Nobody deserves to be emotionally neglected or emotionally abused. And there is a false belief with acceptance within the acceptance realm and paradigm that says, if I accept this, that means I deserve this. So that is why I felt called to create this video. So think about this in the realm of emotional abuse and neglect. Knowing no one deserves to be abused, and I wouldn't even wish the narcissist on the narcissist. They are that horrible, they are that evil, they are that bad. But with that said, I don't believe that I deserved that treatment from them, and I truly don't believe that anybody deserves that treatment. But a lot of people go through that experience and receive that kind of treatment. And there is a level of acceptance that I had a part in that and that you had a part in that as well, right? The motto, it takes two to tango, right? So no one deserves to be abused by themselves or another. And if you're feeling miserable, you are receiving this internal emotional abuse of yourself. You become your greatest gaslighter. You become the one that stuffs and bottles down your feelings. You become the one that has to wear your own mask and feel like you're a fake and feel like you're a fraud. You become the one that wears a superhero cape and just Mr. or Mrs. Independent, ultra independence. I've got this, get out of my way. I can do this myself because I have this internal belief it's not safe to trust other people. So you have different archetypes when you've experienced this kind of emotional abuse. And there's a lot of difficulty in the acceptance of that. And it's very different from the belief that you deserved that. But they often get entangled and enmeshed and mixed up together. If I accept this, it means I deserved that, which is so untrue. So the difficulty in acceptance seems to have that enmeshment, entanglement, and connection. If I accept this truth about me, that I'm miserable, and therefore I accepted the company of narcissists, then I deserve all of that hurt, all of that pain, all of that punishment that I endured. You see, your mind is hardwired and programmed for connection and to avoid rejection. So we often avoid accepting that belief and this rejection because the acceptance of difficulty, which if we didn't, we would have the opportunity to see what's in there, what's in that space without just projecting that pain and shaming other people and saying, oh, you're victim blaming, because that's just taking it down a different road, which is avoiding looking at your own stuff, which is avoiding truly connecting with yourself. And if we didn't do that, we'd have the opportunity to see what's really there, what's really underneath and at the core and the root of that pain and of the acceptance of misery and the things that are happening internally that are causing the signs and symptoms of our own misery and our own suffering. We'd be able to see what we can't see. We'd be able to see what we're blind to now seeing. There's that phrase, right? I was blind, but now I see. And that comes with acceptance. To see what's in that internal and inner space that's creating that gap and that disconnection and that projection within yourself is extremely powerful and is extremely healing. That space within your own inner mind, that what it is that's truly, truly at the very core and the very root of avoiding acceptance, because that's denial. And too many people for far too long stay in that space of denial. And when you're in that state, you're only going to continue to experience and receive and connect with more pain. And that pain is already there. That pain can be used as a synonym for the misery, because we don't want to believe that we deserved that, because we didn't. And we know that. We don't want to believe that we're flawed, that we deserve punishment, because we know we weren't created for that. But there's a belief that, well, maybe I was, because I am experiencing that. And accepting that we stayed, that we were a part of the dance, and accepting that we gave ourselves away, every part of ourselves, everything we could, to someone who used and abused it, can be very, very difficult and can keep you in that space of denial for far too long, and in that space and state of pain for much longer than you want to be in. And that's that misery. And in no way at all does it mean that you deserved it at all, ever. So those two beliefs are very, very separate, but they're also often difficult to separate. And that entanglement, that connection, that enmeshment is truly what causes that pain and what brings up those emotional triggers. And I always say this because it's so true. Triggers are teachers. And that freedom is in the acceptance of that disconnection. If you want to find out more about the archetypes of the emotionally abused and the emotionally neglected, the archetypes of what people have, the archetypes that people have now after having gone through an emotionally neglectful and abusive relationship, after having experienced a narcissistic relationship, I invite you to my free training and my masterclass. Like I just said, it's free. It's about an hour and 20 minutes. There's a link to it in the description below this video. You can find out more. I talk about the gaslighter you, the fake you, the PU that procrastinates and has to be perfect now, the superhero you, and that you that now bottles and stuffs down all of those emotions that you are not accepting because you maybe fear what's going to happen when they come up and come out, but you're experiencing your own internal projection, which is keeping you in that state of denial and preventing you from being able to truly move forward. So if you're interested in completely and rapidly transforming and completely changing your life and healing from within, healing from the inside out, using the power of your unconscious mind deeply and powerfully and very quickly connecting to those inner unconscious beliefs that you have and that you've developed about yourself because of that type of experience and relationship. Again, I invite you to find out more information in the links in the description below this video. You can join the free masterclass. You can find out more about our Transforming Past Pain to Present Power program, or you can see if we're a good fit to work together one-to-one by scheduling your free connection call. All right, guys, that is it for today. Hope that helps clarify some of that, especially if you had a really difficult time wrapping your mind around that in the beginning. All right, guys, much love. I'll see you all very soon. Take care.